Corelli, it feels good to be back, and what a better matchup could we ask for than XSET going up against Version1, two teams that are fighting their way to solidify a spot in the top 8. XSET hasn't had as much success. Version1, their players, you know, you got Gimmick and Torment who've won it all, joined up with Com, a new name in the scene. How do you break this one down, Corelli?
For XSET, I think for V1, I think the desk hit the nail on the head. They drag out series so much. The V1 fans know exactly what they're in for today. They've been through a lot of heartbreakers in the qualifier. They're happy to see this V1 team here in top 8, but they're going up against this hot XSET squad who, despite a bad invitational qualifier performance, came out in the closed quals, came out in the first day 1 Swiss stage, and have looked excellent with this Percy pickup as he tries to take the first shot on net. Hoxer as well for XSET has been incredible. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Game 5 only because of Version1, but with XSET on the field, you never know.
I mean, at this point, it would have to be Game 7, and I'm sure they don't want that
right, of course,
final.
yeah.
If it was a Game 5 and a best of 7, then Version1 has a chance from what I've heard, but when it goes the distance, that's really the kryptonite for Version1.
It has been. It has been heartbreak for them in the qualifiers when you talk about NV series where they had gone to overtime, Game 5 overtimes. Very tough for Version1 to take down a lot of the big boys. But when you talk about XSET, they're within the realm of possibility for Version1. And this is a series that is very possibly going the distance and is going to be quite close if you ask me.
And we're seeing some plays from Torment. Lovely pass to Gimmick. And now Com coming in, taking the shot. You see a double commit. Hoxer trying to get back. Percy, the new pickup for XSET, blocked by Torment, known for his defense, but in the Swiss stage yesterday, Torment the lead goal scorer for Version1.
He's been massive, especially coming in third man in a lot of times. And Gimmick and Com have also been phenomenal. I think everyone's seen a lot of the highlight plays that Com has been able to put on. And you can see the difference that Com has made in this team, even back in RLCS X when they picked him up in the winter split. Instantly better results here. And for a fall split that was pretty weak for Version1, this is a great start to this RLCS season. Maybe Com can get the second touch away. He can't. Gimmick trying to follow through. Version1 close to taking the lead here. Another shot from Com. A floater is saved away by Percy.
That was a tough one. Com got the demo, opened up that opportunity. Gimmick now will push one down. It bounces off Percy's hood and in. And Version1 will score the first goal on the mainstream of this season.
And a dime of a pass from Gimmick, threading it through XSET players to find Com downfield, given back to Gimmick, and the finesse on Gimmick's shot to put it away for Version1. They're on top first, and they're looking good.
Com down towards net. That was barely off. It hit off the post. Gimmick opts to steal the mid boost, slows down, chips it over one, backboard pass to another. J-Pow will clear it off to the side. Torment couldn't prevent Percy from getting that touch, but Com has excellent speed, making sure that Hoxer can't go for a backboard pass, double tap, or something else. Torment drops it down. Gimmick was all the way on the backboard.
Hoxer almost able to put that through Com, and I think the midfield right now is definitely in favor of Version1. You talked about Gimmick there. He was just chasing players on the XSET side, and I think that's what's opening up a lot of the space for Version1 to play with. Haven't really seen too much out of XSET here. They have 4 shots, but none of them very memorable aside from maybe the very first attempt on net downfield. A couple of weak chances for them. But I think a lot of it's the passing for Version1. That shot's off the post from the save from Hoxer. Still another chance for Com. As Version1 have just been peppering the net. Another pass down. It's a sitter for Gimmick, and up 2-0 for Version1.
Keep your eyes on Com on the replay. Look at this. He's hovering around net. And then he gets the 50 right there. Hoxer got the touch, but Com, predicting that hit, prevented the clear. And it was a goal line cleanup from that point. That was spectacular. Version1, I love their all-out style of offense, Corelli.
And something that, hold on a second, Torment almost has another one here, but something that Version1 has been working on, talking to Fireburner earlier in the week, was the passing plays that you're seeing come out from them. Even just threading the needle downfield. Version1 have picked up that team play, especially in that final third, and it's paying off. And XSET right now really need to get things under control because Version1 have certainly come out to play today. They've looked the stronger team through about 4 minutes here.
They looked the stronger team, And they're looking pretty good with those Version 1 eSports decals. Ooh. Mainly purple. You see a lot of primary black skins. This one, primary purple. And that is one of my favorite colors.
They look clean. They definitely look clean. And for XSET, they need anything they can get right now. I don't care what it is. But they got to get down the field. Less than a minute to go. There's been 11 shots on the Version 1 side to 6 of XSET. And while 6 isn't a low number, it certainly hasn't been anything to write home about for XSET at the moment, but maybe opportunities here.
Ooh, that's a miss.
Only down by 2. 1 goal back would help quite a bit here, but Version 1 locking things down on defense. Gimmick almost lets that one slide. I don't know how that one got through. Still XSET fighting.
Ooh, team bumps.
They're pushing people out of the way and maybe even each other as Gimmick wants to slow things down. With 20 seconds left, Version 1 looking to lock it down in game 1.
Getting scrappy. And that, the most memorable chance for XSET. And that's not normally how you expect to score, especially at this level. Calm, quality challenge again, gets the touch. Puts it out of reach. Will he close it out? No, he passes it to Torment. But the effort from Calm, you got to commend him for that.
0 boost, just using the flip to go over. Still has 0 boost. He picks up that pad, and instead of taking the tough shot, he passes off Torment. Didn't really matter. Version 1 was winning this game regardless, but beautifully done there from Calm just to get one more here in game 1.
He barely got a piece of that ball, Calm. And now we see a fake kickoff. Just let the ball roll out. And the time tick away. Version 1 winning their first game. This is a best of 7, so there's a long way to go yet. But XSET, they struggled, Corelli, to get any type of offense going.
Every player on XSET super quiet. And, you know, a lot of people are looking at Percy here on this XSET squad. But I do think there is something to say about Hoxer and JPow as well and how they need to step up with this elevated new third with Percy. I do think XSET came out slow. They came out slow earlier here in the qualifiers as well. Did not perform up to standard, but they did pick it up later on. So game 1, going over to Version 1, maybe not the most surprising thing, but for XSET, certainly need to pick it up here. And I think it does come down to just the pace of play. Version 1 outpaced them through and through. You're seeing a lot of these replays, XSET playing on the, Version 1 playing on the XSET side. It just seems like right now, XSET have to wake up.
Just a little bit. XSET, we saw even on one of the plays, the double commit on defense. They have been kept on their goal line quite a bit. And you even see Calm, he had 3 assists that game. One of them was sitting on the goal line. He parked the bus right in front of net. Hoxer couldn't get the clear out. They were able to score it. And even Gimmick has a tendency to go upfield and hang out upfield on a backboard, or whether he's going to go for a late bump or go for that deflection pass down. Version 1 has had a dynamic looking offense where XSET, we haven't really seen much offense at all, Corelli.
Yeah. And I do think, again, it goes, I think the biggest advantage right now that Version 1 has over XSET is the way that Calm and Gimmick have been so abrasive in the midfield. It just seems like XSET, anytime they get possession, they're instantly challenged by a player like Gimmick, or they're being chased around trying to dodge demos. It just seems very tough for XSET to get a hold of themselves and move downfield. A lot of individual plays we saw from XSET to kind of break out and say, okay, look, I beat the first man. We just need to get downfield. But not a lot of that team play like we saw from Version 1. So we'll see how XSET bounce back here in game 2. I expect them to perform a lot better than they did, as they have shown to be able to compete with the top here in North America. But they've got to go through Version 1 first. And so far, Version 1 getting the better of them.
That's a nice opportunity. JPow, the pass up, Torment. He did tip it. And will hit Gimmick. Gimmick light clear up. And Percy, looks like he wanted to pass to Hoxer, but Hoxer was rotating all the way out for boost. Hard clear, Torment. Bounces right back to him. He goes for net, and Hoxer had the angle covered, but barely.
And we talk about the selfless nature of Version 1. Well, they're not afraid to just take the shot if it's open as well. Torment saw that little gap and almost snuck it through. Now JPow, a little bit of work down the sideline, but it's instantly back in the hands of Version 1. And right now, XSET, that's the 3rd time I've just seen them throw it downfield off their back wall. Nobody interested in keeping possession at the moment.
Generally, that doesn't work. You see the counterattack here from Version 1. Calm getting in that outlet position, getting open. That's what we have not seen from XSET. They've opted to just clear it out when you really do need someone to try to find some space at the midfield away from Version 1 defenders so that they can at least, you know, get some boost and mount a quality attack.
And I think that's the preference for a lot of teams, is to have the man downfield. Even if you're just going to blast it on net, you're still at least using your players downfield. And hold on a second, Version1 both missing, and this one's going to sneak through for J-Pow. A huge blunder on the Version1 side.
And then you keep your eye on Torment.
Oh.
Torment might have been able to get back, but he gets bumped out of the play from Hoxer.
He goes flying across the screen in the replay. You thought maybe he was getting back, like you said, but blasted out of the way. And a gift here for XSET. We've been criticizing their play, and maybe for good reason, but now in the lead. See if it can energize them going in to the final 3 minutes here in game 2. It doesn't seem like Version1 are going to slow down with the aggression. Torment trying to push through the box. And again, this cleared down to the midfield, eaten up by Gimmick with full boost. Gets by 1, has options to his left, wants to take it all the way. And XSET will break it up, but hold on. Here comes Calm. The shot is off the crossbar. Gimmick still popping up, looking for the follow-up. Here comes Torment. The shot's wide. Gimmick still fighting for it for Version1. The play breaking down, but instantly Version1 back in the driver's seat as XSET just flailing in the box to clear it away. Gimmick shot will go wide, and finally XSET will slow things down and get a hold of their net.
In the play. What a flurry from Version1. And even in the heat of that moment, oh, Percy, that was a nice dunk. But in the heat of that moment, Gimmick got a touch on the ball that maybe if he left it, it might have been a shot opportunity in front of net. But Version1, you're starting to see how they like to do things on the goal line. Sometimes they don't even rotate out. They just try to make it as awkward as possible to prevent XSET from getting a quality touch.
Hey, if I had Gimmick on my team, I wouldn't want him rotating out. I mean, he is just so invasive on the opposition side, and you're seeing why. I mean, Gimmick still has it. Some people might have written him off with the last season that we saw from him, but he's been quite good for this Version1 so far in this season of RLCS. We'll see now Version1 looking to tie things up. Calm making his way across the drop down to Gimmick. Saved away by Percy, and again, Version1 finding the holes on the XSET side. Fruitless in that endeavor, but XSET having to hold on as the pace of plays been quite quick from Version1.
Gimmick get a piece of that challenge. Wanted to bump Percy out of the air, but Percy hits J-Pow upfield. J-Pow back to the ground. Trying to beat the Version1 defense. XSET in the driver's seat as of now, but Version1 has had some chances. Might have another one here. Ceiling pass down. Hoxer will deny it. Couldn't get the double, but Percy will clear it hard. Torment to his own backboard. Recovers and gets the 50. Calm. Another 50, and he'll have some space. Pokes it up. Hoxer back to the middle. J-Pow did well to get there quickly. Percy had no one up. And Torment will get it back to Calm. Calm staying on the ball. Free-flipping off the wall, going for the challenge. And now Hoxer will tip it down. Gimmick, light tap up to Calm. Calm loses possession. This could be a chance for XSET. Even Gimmick, he's on low boost. Does pick up the corner. We'll leave it for Torment. Torment up to Calm.
Thought maybe Version1 could counter there, but still they're keeping this ball on the XSET side. A couple bumps come through. Torment wants a piece of the defense as well. With 20 seconds left, still Version1 find themselves down by a goal. Maybe the opportunity comes here as nobody goes for the ball. Hoxer will just be happy to throw it downfield. It has been the MO for XSET so far. 10 seconds left now. Version1 desperate for a goal. And XSET looking to hang on. Another clear out to Gimmick. This could be the last chance for Version1 if they can get downfield. Torment looking for Calm, but it's shut down by J-Pow. Torment's still going to keep this one up. It's going to drop, and we got ourselves a tied series.
That was a bit of a strange game, Corelli. The only goal we saw came from that double commit, double whiff, bump on Torment that allowed XSET to get that one goal. And then we saw Version1 have a lot of looks on net.
I agree. I've tried to think exactly how to describe this game because it does feel like we sat here and said how great Version1 did, even though they lost. They did play, I think, a better game than XSET, but at the same time, that huge misplay from two players from Version1 gave XSET the goal, and I think XSET kind of turtled up on their side and did a good job of shutting down a lot of what Version 1 threw at him. I don't think XSET really created a lot of chances here in this game. A lot of balls just being blasted downfield, and for Version 1, that's quite easy for them to deal with. So I still think XSET need a better game plan than what they showed here, but I think they're happy to come out with the win with the big mistake from Version 1.
The jury is still out on XSET's offense because you can't rely on a mistake like that every game for XSET, and that's still, the only time we've seen them be able to put one in. So Version 1, they dropped this game. The series is tied up, but we've even seen this with Version 1, Corelli. They, sometimes tend to play to that level of their opponent, and if it goes the distance, a lot of times they can come up short. So XSET still in this one. I think if they can find that offense, find that synergy, they've got a great shot. And I'm going to be personally looking at Hoxer. Hoxer, a player who he was playing with Ajax and Roldez, made it to the Season 8 World Championship, had a heck of a season, and really since then has been looking to get back to that point of former glory. And in the Swiss stage, Hoxer seemed like the guy on XSET.
Yeah, and now you bring in a player like Percy, and I do think he really helps kind of show what Hoxer has. And at the end of the season, I felt like Hoxer was playing a lot better, but Percy really does unlock a lot of what Hoxer has to offer, and we've seen that so far, at least in the qualifiers. Haven't seen it today in this top 8 bracket, but I do think XSET, like you said, is a very long series here. I do expect that XSET offense to start to pick up. They got themselves into this game, or into this series. They got themselves a game win. See if they can start heating up that offense that we know and that we've seen from this XSET squad.
And Hoxer, he scored 11 goals in the Swiss stage yesterday, second most. J-Pow with 7. Torment over to Gimmick. Gimmick powers it through. It looks like it was J-Pow trying to block the shot, but he was too low.
And what a tough read for the defense there, but the passes again from Torment. That is just spot on over to Gimmick, and kudos to the defense for at least getting in front of it. But again, that Version 1 pass across the box is something that I complimented Envy on a lot last season. Just balls back out across the box, at the top of the box, just away from the defense. It's so hard as a defender to catch up to that. You have to leave your net to defend it, but you also have to play the touch as well.
Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm just watching Com play bumper cars out there.
That physical game has certainly been a big one for Version 1, and it has been Com and Gimmick to lead the way, and you got to look out. It's funny, because actually on Version 1, Com is the most demoed player on the team, which I know is a weird stat to bring out, but I think it's because he goes for demos. He'll trade demos with teams a lot. They'll both get blown up. And so for Version 1, sitting up 1 goal in the first minute is exactly where they want to be. XSET trying to get the offense going, and it's looking better. Here comes Hoxer, shot to go through, and here comes XSET in Game 3.
This is a big goal, I think, for XSET, Corelli. They've been looking to put something together. Finally, they get a nice one. The touch in front of net, putting it off the backboard, and Hoxer, that lead scorer from the Swiss stage, he comes out and gets a big goal.
And that's huge for XSET, like you said, just because we haven't really seen a lot of the offense, self-generated offense. It's been a lot of mistakes coming out from Version 1 that XSET capitalized, which is a good thing. But you definitely want to see that self-generated offense, and that was a great play from Percy to find the back wall, and of course Hoxer to clean everything up. See if XSET can keep that going, or if Version 1 turn things around. J-Pow quality clear downfield, and no one from XSET able to catch up to it, so Version 1 will return the favor and go back the other way.
And Percy is going to boom it, test Gimmick's read. Gimmick gave up the rebound, but stays on the back wall and gets the save. It's the most promising looking offensive setups we've seen from XSET.
Oh,
nice
great
backward pass again. J-Pow over to Hoxer. Hoxer first touch goes for 50 out to Percy. Percy shot blocked. Now the pinch.
Version 1 getting downfield quickly with that pinch. Here comes Gimmick. Unfortunately, couldn't get after it. Percy, well done. Gives the pass over to J-Pow. Now seeing that team play come out from XSET. Something we've asked for here. And you're seeing it a lot of times, especially off the back wall of Version 1 side. Now Percy, can he get over 2? He can't. Calm shuts that down. Torment was there as well.
Works out.
Still XSET, trying to keep the challenge game going in their favor, but eventually comes out to Torment. Now a full boost. Can he take it all the way? Got Percy in front. Second touch. Gimmick's there to pop it over the first man to try and keep the play alive. J-Pow on the weak flick. Comp's got options. He'll just take the shot himself, and turned away by Percy.
And Torment was a couple pixels away from getting that double tap. I was on his player cam. Close call. XSET get away with one. J-Pow, weak clear right to the middle. Oh, come!
What?
He shoots it top shot. It was right at the defender going for that squishy save, but still he had too much power.
Oh my goodness, Hoxer going in and out. It was right at him. He just didn't get back out of the net in time. It was perfectly planned from Hoxer to make that save. The shot was directly at him, just too late on the execution. And Calm giving the go-ahead goal to V1.
Calm won that game of chicken. That was a 73-mile-an-hour shot. I think if it's any slower, that's getting saved.
Yeah. He had to rock that shot in, and he certainly did. J-Pow now on a flip reset. XSET, though, have certainly shown their offense in this game. Much more opportunity for XSET than I would say any of the previous 2 games. And here they go. Might have another opportunity here with a minute and a half left, but it's been Version1 who's been working the XSET corners quite well to play these balls out and across. That's a quality challenge from J-Pow. And now XSET open up the field down to the V1 side.
Another demo. And Torment the 50. This is going to burn so much time off the clock.
Comp's still chasing. He's going for J-Pow. He's in the net. J-Pow still got back. J-Pow's in his face. Here comes Oxer. He pops it up once, but Comp's still a menace on the field. On the defensive side, on the offensive side, still makes the stop. And with a minute left to play, XSET now getting desperate, but here comes Gimmick. Well, maybe not. He whiffs that one. As Calm tries to play it in the midfield here. Now Torment got some space. He's going to take it himself. Looking to get back to it. The pop over J-Pow doesn't go through. And Hoxer will throw it downfield for XSET.
Hoxer. Going for that hard hit. And there we see a 1-2. Calm open net. The counterattack. Calm has been a nuisance at the midfield. And he's a nuisance to XSET once again.
Oh, man. Version1 was like, is that in? Is it in? Is it in? No, it's not in. Quick, turn around. Shoot on the open net. Everyone froze from that shot from Version1, and they came off the ball. And then a free shot for Version1 downfield. I don't know what happened to XSET. But now down 2 goals with 30 seconds left. And if you're XSET, you're kind of scratching your head with so many opportunities that just could not convert more than one.
But we're still seeing XSET throw it downfield pretty quick. And now Percy, the shot off the backboard again. And we've seen XSET go for the backboard so many times. It did result in a goal for them, their first goal of the game. But I don't know if you can count on that as a strategy. You see how XSET, or how Version1 was able to get that quick counterattack. Calm has been playing such a unique midfield game, going for those bumps, demos, also being the outlet for the pass, getting back on defense to prevent dribbles. You saw the one play where Hoxer was trying to dribble it downfield. It was a 2v1 situation until Calm came back after he was already bumping people on XSET's goal line to still break up the play at midfield. This has been, some unique gameplay from Version1. It's been a treat to see so far.
And again, talking to Fireburner for Version1, they worked a lot to change their play style, to really incorporate Calm a lot more, obviously, to help Calm grow up in this league. And he certainly has. He has been super confident in the qualifiers. He's been super confident here on the field today. And you're seeing, like you said, kind of that unique play style come out from him. Quick in the midfield, always has to be on your mind, but also if you're playing defense against him, he's always chasing you down. So it feels like for Version1, they're finding a lot of great plays and great opportunity with Calm. On the XSET side, though, I'm a little disappointed. This is probably their best game that they've played. Yeah, it still does feel like a lot of boom ball coming out from them. And Version1, they're not going to let that happen. I mean, there's a lot of teams in this league that won't let that happen. And Version1 been able to just shut it down, get control, and then quickly go on the counter. So for XSET, it's got to be cuter than that. You can't just throw it downfield and hope for the best. You got to find each other. You got to use each other downfield. And that's what we've seen from XSET so many times in the qualifiers. And today, just haven't seen it from them.
It seems, Corelli, like XSET, if they want to try to slow it down, it's going to get countered by that bump demo play that we're seeing out of Gimmick and Calm. So you're right. We have to see perhaps more fighting to get open at the midfield and the hard lateral passes looking for each other, because the backboard, it worked once, but it didn't really seem like the winning strategy. So we'll see how XSET can fight for more possession and more looks as this series goes on.
The good news for XSET is when they did get on offense, you saw 1, 2, 3 different types of shots come through, or different chances, I should say, for XSET. So it wasn't like once they got into Version1's half that the defensive third, that they couldn't put shots on target. It was just getting to that point has always been tough for XSET to get downfield in the final third with possession, set up to take a shot. It just hasn't really happened for him yet.
J-Pow hit that right at Torment, but Torment gave it up. Hoxer to the corner. Gimmick playing this one close. Goes for the demo. Torment across the field. Now Hoxer again booming it down. Come off the ceiling. We've seen him in this situation before. Forces Percy to make the save, who does save it out to Hoxer. Hoxer to the middle. Torment back to the side. Will stay in the play, and it's popped up high. Gimmick is going to bail out. Let Com take it. Pops it high. Off the ceiling.
The pass.
Over to Torment. Torment! Top corner! Ho-ho!
Top right Tommy for Torment, and a great pass coming out from Com. J-Pow and Hoxer just waiting to see how this one pans out, and Torment's gonna slot it through every time. Version 1 again paying off with those passes through the midfield. A 1-0 lead for V1.
And you think back too, Corelli, Gimmick bails out on that hit, and that gave Com so much time, so much space. We don't really see XSET get that much space, whereas Version 1 has had those moments.
Yeah, they have done a great job of opening up space for themselves, but here comes Percy. You wonder if XSET, maybe the solo plays is the route to go. You've seen a lot, all three of them, J-Pow, Hoxer, and Percy have all gone for air dribbles, for double taps off the back wall, but again, we've mentioned it a few times now, Version 1 not allowing a lot of these passes to go through, but this one, Hoxer looking for the second touch, and again, Com shuts it down.
And I mean, that first pass was the right call.
J-Pow? Oh no, it was blocked by Hoxer. I think it was gonna bounce over anyways, but the demo was perfect. Those are the types of passes you want out of XSET, and they did it 2 times in a row there. And Version 1 were left to watch it. They were just lucky that Hoxer blocked that one. I still think it was probably bouncing over, but still, here comes J-Pow again. And you see Hoxer kind of just playing the clear from Version 1 as they are kind of tied up in their corner. Percy, I think he wanted to keep control there. Got away. J-Pow shot off the crossbar. Oh, he follows it up. J-Pow goes through, and we're tied up.
This was wild. We'll take another look at the replay. J-Pow dodges a bump, gets the shot, gets the dunk off the post. It manages to go in. A pinball-style goal. You know, you might throw out a calculated here and there. You got to throw yourself at least in the lane to block the clear. And J-Pow does get one for XSET. That is a big goal. And this series is far from over, Corelli. Even though XSET has lacked possession, they've lacked offensive opportunities. If they can scrounge out a win here, they might be able to turn it into a higher gear and end up closing out the series.
And again, we're seeing more and more of that offense show presence in the final third. The passing plays have been really good all of a sudden for XSET, and that's what they're going to need, and I feel like they're starting to take over this game.
There's one.
And here's another one from Percy, perfectly placed, and XSET take the lead just like that.
And also a bump play from Hoxer on Com that took out the last man. Percy had Com recovering, and Gimmick below him had to be a good shot, and Percy places it well.
And if I'm Version 1, I'm starting to get a little worried in this game because all of a sudden XSET, they've been cooking on offense. And that's the kind of lockdown offense that we expected from XSET. When you have players like Hoxer and Percy in particular who have done a great job of just this barrage of shots on your own on your net, and you forced to have to make these really tough saves. And then you throw J-Pow into the mix. It feels like XSET have a really strong team, and all of a sudden you're seeing that here in this game. J-Pow, the pass across. Or rather, the shot. Torment will turn it away. And now the pressure on V1 here to get one back.
This is an opportunity. If V1 manages to get the comeback and win, you feel like that series, it would be all but over. However, XSET, they're showing some grit and determination. Finally, we're seeing some offense come out, some aggression on the goal line. We might see another chance here. Torment low on boost. We'll clear it over to Com. Com hard to the backboard. Percy reads it, but it's not the best hit. J-Pow can't go for it. Percy's follow-up will work because Com was empty on the boost.
Hoxer hasn't even broken 100 points here for XSET, and they don't need him to. He's been setting things up, especially as that third man. Now a demo comes out. Here comes Hoxer on the challenge to try and break this one up for V1. That's not the best touch from Gimmick. Torment's got to go into it backwards. J-Pow. Oh, that's a great touch, though, from Gimmick to at least break it up. And just like that, Version 1 break out after a couple of poor touches. XSET just couldn't capitalize on it, and 20 seconds left. V1 back into their own corner.
XSET trying to hold on. We'll see what Version1 can pull off. Torment over to Com.
Here they come.
First touch control.
Oh,
off the bar.
he got him.
It's the read. Com. What a clutch play.
Ice in his veins from Com off the crossbar and in. When everyone thought that V1 wasn't clutch, well, they've clutched up here in game 4 to tie things up. 9 seconds left, and Version1, you know they're going to make it interesting.
Oh, well, this is interesting here off kickoff. Percy will get blocked. Gonna leave it for J-Pow. J-Pow has Torment on the backboard. Torment gets blocked, and we've got overtime. So much riding on this game. XSET leading into those final moments before Com switched it up.
This would be heartbreak for XSET if they were to lose this game after probably their best performance so far in this series. Gimmick, oh, he's gonna put him away. Gimmick stays on top, and he puts it down in 12 seconds.
Out of this world ending in game 4. Gimmick scores it 12 seconds into overtime. But so much thanks goes to Com, who catches that pass. Was it Torment that passed it to him? But regardless, Com, the first touch control, reading it off the crossbar. That was a fireworks finish. And now Version1 are 1 game away from closing out the series.
And it looks like XSET are going to take the first timeout here, and I don't blame them. That, like I said, this one, I think for the morale of the team, I think taking a timeout is the perfect time here because this was a winnable game for them. It slipped out of their hands, slipped out of their fingers, rather. It was that close. Version1 and Com especially, wow. To be able to clutch up with 9 seconds left in a game where XSET, you started to feel like we're playing up to their potential. Huge for Version1 and devastation for XSET.
That is just wild. That is just wild to be XSET. Things finally going your way, and to lose like that, Corelli, it's going to take a lot of mental fortitude to overcome this situation.
Absolutely is. And I think for XSET, if you're in this timeout, I think first of all, you're taking this timeout just to say, okay, you know what? That was a rough one to lose. Let's regain here in this timeout time. But also to say, look, we played a good game in that game. I don't know if there's actually too much to change up for XSET if they continue to play like they did in that last game. I thought it was actually quite good from them. That little stint, maybe, I don't know, what was it, 3 minutes in, where the offense was just clicking. They're finding these long-range cross-field passes with players on the sidewall or coming off the ceiling. I feel like that's where XSET really shines, and we saw that 2-3 times in a row they were able to set things up. This was a shame that XSET lost this game because it was, again, I think their best game in the series. But I don't think there's too much for them to change up after that last game.
And we take another look at that play from Com, reading it off the post, and Gimmick, the first touch, going for it. Percy thinking that there was going to be a touch coming out on that 50 from Gimmick in the air. It doesn't come out, and then Gimmick just puts that through. And Version1, their first touches have been much better, and especially at this level, at this point in the event where you're into the final 8, you're trying to make it to that finals, trying to claim the title. That first touch, and they'll let you, whether it's popping it up, going for an air dribble, flip, reset, that is so key to beating defenses at this level. You have to have each individual player be a threat and then make the defense commit to defending that player. And then that's when you, as that player in the air with the flip reset, can either go for that backboard pass, go for the pass to your teammate. We saw it before with Com when he had all that space and time, being able to hit Torment when the defense is waiting to see what he does. XSET, they need that individual threat to start stepping up before it's too late. And this is their last chance. Version1 on match point. They could knock XSET out with one more game win.
And like you said, there has been a lot of individual threats, or at least there are a lot of individual threats on the XSET side. We've seen glimpses of it here. They have what it takes to take down Version1, no doubt. But do they show that here in what could be their final game? That's not the best touch. And a demo comes out looking for follow-up. Percy was there, but a little bit late. And here comes Torment. He's got full boost. He wanted a flip reset there. Didn't get it. He gets by 1 on the fake, but easily picked up by Hawks or Com quickly into the challenge. Version1 looking to lock them down. Torment again. Couldn't hang on to it. An awkward ball for him to deal with. First minute come and gone. Still scoreless. As Gimmick now floating into the air, gets the flip reset, throws it on target, and still XSET able to lock it down.
But you see how that play from Gimmick, going for the flip reset, confusing the defense, that gives Version1 position.
Oh, J-Pow getting bumped around and almost turning it into a bump himself. And here's the pass over to Torment. Can't get up quick enough. Calm with low boost. Doesn't have a lot of options here. Everyone rotated out for Version1. Torment there to help.
And Calm comes from behind to break up that play as well. You finally think XSET has some time. XSET thinks they have some time, but then Calm comes out of nowhere. Calm, leading and being demoed, gets demoed again in net. This could be a chance for XSET.
I like the physical game coming out from XSET as well, just breaking up that V1 defense. Somehow Gimmick always able to find a flip reset when he's behind the ball, and that's been throwing off the offense for XSET as well. Here comes Torment. Can't be able to whip around here. Second touch. Torment off the back wall. No follow-up. Everyone was too far back from V1. Dangerous chance. And with that demo,
another one
easily dealt with. 2 now, as Gimmick has the midfield open and the midfield boost. Takes it. Looking for the second touch off the back wall. Percy's there. Gimmick got the touch, but Percy shuts it down. Calm again winning the challenge through, but a bit clear from XSET will bail him out.
Another big boom from XSET, but this clear goes right to J-Pow, who goes for net.
Oh.
Torment, does he have enough to get back? No, he doesn't. He was flipping. He was out of boost and had to watch in horror as that one goes in.
And I think a lot of people have been talking about Percy and Hoxer, and they might forget about J-Pow because he has been so good for this team, especially in this series. The individual effort that he's been given XSET against this V1 squad has been spectacular. The double tap, you think back to last game where he plowed through Gimmick, and now just finding that small gap on the V1 side to score that goal. A huge momentum boost, I think, for XSET.
XSET taking it one step at a time. J-Pow. Can he keep XSET in this one? We'll find out. 2 minutes left to play. Hoxer off the ceiling, down to J-Pow. J-Pow gets blocked by Gimmick. It bounces to Torment. Calm in the middle. Calm was a little too far up. The pass needed to be in front of Calm, or Calm needed to slow down. It was the right idea from Version1. J-Pow now taking it to the ground. Will be denied the backboard. Gimmick getting blocked out. Now Hoxer versus Calm. Calm gets 50'd, it's bouncing down. Double commit from Version1. This could be bad. Calm has low boost, trying to get back. J-Pow will get denied by Gimmick.
Hustle from Gimmick, especially on the double commit there on the goal line for Version1. And that net was open for a split second. Gimmick got back just in time, though. The pass didn't really come off quick enough for XSET. Look at the time that Calm's afforded here, but with no boost, can't take advantage. But the pass off the back wall left uncontested, and Torment there to tie it up.
Torment, so much scoring coming out from him, and you even saw Gimmick going for that bump, forced the jump on the defender. And that put Hoxer out of position to not be able to get a 50 on that backboard pass.
And I guess I'm just confused why Calm was left with so much time. I mean, they're lucky that he didn't have boost, but it still turned out to be a goal for Version1. Nobody from XSET able to get to Calm quick enough. Now this one off the back wall. Gimmick having to make the save. Tied up with a minute left. XSET fighting for their lives here in top 8.
J-Pow taking it into his own hands, but he will be denied. Infield pass to Hoxer. Hoxer scores it. You saw Gimmick got the initial save, but it was a double commit. And that is how you punish the double commit. Get the ball back into the middle. Take the quick shot.
Well, if they double commit and you demo the other guy, there's no one left in net. And that's exactly what J-Pow did to the last man in Calm. And for Version1, it has been, I think, their biggest weakness so far, double committing quite a bit on their own side. It's been very apparent throughout a lot of these games. It's gone unpunished a lot. That time, though, XSET able to break through and a 1-goal lead, but maybe not for long. Version1 looking to knock on the door once again. And with 30 seconds left, XSET into the offensive zone. It can't really seem to hold on to it here as Version1 swarms the ball. Nobody up for it. Here comes J-Pow. Thank you very much. But Gimmick there on the save. Again, slow defense coming out from Version1. This one's going to find the back wall. And a double commit once more from V1. Still able to clear it away. And XSET back on their own side.
And Version pulled the rabbit out of their hat again. It's a lob up. Calm wins it to the corner. Hoxer off the ceiling. Will it bounce? It will touch the ground. XSET hold on, and they will force at least game 6. And if they can manage to get to game 7, Corelli, you start to think about that mental game that they'll be playing with Version1, who has gone the distance quite a few times. They've lost a lot of comeback victories, been reverse swept, lost in those final games. XSET have a legitimate shot. This was such a clutch win. Huge plays from J-Pow, and XSET are right back in it.
And I remember a tweet from Com. He had tweeted out during one of the recent Swiss stage where he was basically saying, you know, this started as a joke, us going to game 5, but, you know, now I'm starting to feel like it's a mental block for us. And he tweeted that out actually just yesterday. And it does feel like Version1 do struggle to close out series, even when they're up 3-0 in a best of 7 or 2-0 in a best of 5. They do start to tend to take their foot off the gas, or the other team picks it up and V1 doesn't, you know, step it up with them. I don't know what happens to them, but for some reason, they let the games kind of bleed out a little bit. They sometimes close it, they sometimes don't. But for Version1, they don't want to go to a game 7. Close it out before that if you're on the V1 side.
And perhaps XSET is starting to smell some blood in the water. They just need to focus on this next game, and then they will have all the momentum going into the final game of the series. And that Version1 double commit at the end, or near the end of the game, Corelli, that was the turning point. You saw the double commit come out, and then the quick pass, the capitalization from XSET on that play. So XSET, you know, they haven't been dazzling on offense, but one thing that they've been is consistent. They're playing a solid game after game. They're keeping it close with Version1, and now they might start to inch ahead.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's true for the last 2 or 3 games now or 2 games for XSET. They have played much more consistently, even after that timeout. And the game before the timeout, too, I thought was actually quite good from XSET. They didn't get the win, but XSET trying to keep the status quo for the last 2 games. Here's the pass. Oh, it's beautiful from XSET. The offense is alive, and they're up by 1.
And this game sense from Hoxer, driving towards net. He knows that if he doesn't get the touch on that ball, it's getting saved. Hoxer blasting that by. What a way to start it. And maybe there's a small hole in the bottom of the bag for V1. The sand's starting to pour out, the hole getting bigger. Will it completely drop out, or will Version1 be able to patch it and claim the victory?
Oh, that's a great pass over to Com off the crossbar, looking for more. Just like that, Version1 respond with their own chance, but not able to convert. Gimmick still trying to do work out of his own corner. Can he get by Hoxer? He can't, and that's a quality pinch for XSET. For J-Pow now, trying to set something up. A 2-goal lead would be fantastic for XSET to have that cushion when you know that V1 are going to have some late-game heroics.
Oh, nice pass. Torment couldn't get much power on it, but now we see position. Low boost for Com, only 29. He'll have to side flip out. Percy gets rid of it, but now we see the counterattack setup. Com on the wall, first touch control as Torment in the middle. Com going for the bump, but J-Pow still got the clear.
He had options in Torment there, and that bump would have secured the pass. Version1 playing out from their own end. Com gets a nice little flip over the first man. J-Pow looking to slow down the transition. That's good from XSET. Something they didn't have too much of it early on in this series was slowing that transition from V1. And look at this, they've got possession. Gimmick, he might be beat to the back wall. Oh, the flips, how many does he get? It's still going in for Percy. XSET up 2-0.
And J-Pow, a nuisance. There's that individual play you're looking for. He gets the flip reset on the pinch with the wall and delays the ball. Presence of mind for J-Pow. What a heck of a series from him.
This is an immaculate series for J-Pow. He has looked so good individually. And now a shot from Percy. It goes in. A 3-goal lead now for XSET.
That tactical timeout, it's working out. Gimmick trying to get it to the corner, ends up skipping it right to Percy. And XSET, wow, they are really taking off. And if they can keep this up, keep battering Version1 down, then they'll have such a mental advantage going into the final game.
Wow, yeah, this is a huge game for XSET. If they were to come out and just crush V1 into that last game, Game 7, I don't know what Version1's going to give us, but there's still plenty of time left for Version1. And Gimmick, can he find the back post? He almost did. 3 minutes left to play is more than enough time for Version1 to make a comeback, no doubt. It'll be on them to supply the offense, though.
That's good.
That's a good pass out to Com. Can he thread it through Percy? As Percy will deny it. And if you're XSET, Right now, you're just playing safe Rocket League. You're looking at that Game 7 in front of you. Just deny everything that Version 1's going to throw at you as it gets a little dicey here on the XSET side. Hoxer up to throw it away.
And in those last couple exchanges on defense, Percy has made 0 boost stops. Now Hoxer scoring the 4th goal for XSET.
Oh no, bad touch from Torment there from the corner. And this game looking like a wash now for V1. Big mistake. It didn't, I mean, I don't know if it really matters or not. This one fully in control for XSET, who have just looked spectacular here in this Game 6.
Nice slowdown, the tip up. Percy again. What a defensive game he's had. Blocking shot after shot. The next set, they see the finish line. Gimmick is thinking that ball might touch the ceiling, ends up going all the way over. J-Pal, first touch. 50 sends it off to the side. Com straight up and off the ceiling. Gimmick will have Com on the sidewall. Not a lot of boost. The pre-flip backboard pass. And now a boom right back downfield. Gimmick on empty. And that's the risk you take when you throw it into the middle of the field if it's not a strong enough shot.
I don't blame him. I really don't blame Version 1 for that, but this is great from XSET to just keep piling on. You know, I think now this game is basically in their hands. Like, they've won this game, is what I mean. And I feel like for XSET, you just got to rub Version 1 into the dirt here going into this next Game 7. You know that Version 1 don't want to be in this situation, and you've got to make them feel as bad as possible. Version 1 still fighting for something in this game. Just have not seen the offense. Even though Version 1, they've got 10 shots, but nothing going through for them. Here comes Com again. Can he do it himself? That one's just wide. The shot from Torment high as everything off the mark from Version 1 in this game. And XSET happy to see it as they're looking towards Game 7.
Even there, Com, he's getting a flip reset pass. The demo comes out. Com, very mechanical on his plays. It was a nice opportunity from Version 1, but the shot just wasn't there. And now Torment getting bumped out of the play. Taking it far post. J-Pow pouring salt into the wounds of Version 1.
And why don't you? J-Pow, who's had an amazing series here for XSET, leading the charge on their 6th goal. And for XSET, extremely happy to now really show that offense here late in this series. I feel like if Version 1 had closed it out earlier on, we wouldn't have been able to see what XSET had for us here in this top 8 bracket. But you're seeing why they are in their spot. They are quite lethal when given the opportunity, and I think they just needed some time to warm up, to wake up, and I think that, like you said, the tactical timeout was a huge boon to the defense, to the offense, for all 3 of the players, for J-Pow. XSET looked like a different team than in Game 1.
When the stakes are this high, Corelli, and you're on this big of a stage, sometimes it takes you a moment to get in form. Yep. The nerves can really get to you, and you start, you know, as time goes on in the series, you get in your rhythm. You start focusing. You focus more on the game, less on the stakes, more just on making the plays, and that's what it seems like XSET has done. They've been pretty consistent, but now they're putting the pedal to the metal, and Version 1 starting to fall apart. This is a situation that's going to be very difficult for them to deal with going into this Game 7.
And I think you're right. Just to tack on with that point, James, as this game closes out, XSET, I mean, only made a top 8 appearance once last season, and it was in the fall. It was the 2nd regional for XSET. Other than that, their first regional, they finished 23rd, 28th. I mean, these weren't great regionals coming up from XSET, so, you know, this is pretty new.